You are still watching Prime Morning, and of course, the midweek always brings us the big interview where we have conversations with guests and we end up trending for the rest of the week. Sometimes it's not so, but mostly it is. We get praised, we get backlashed, but we get everything said right here on Prime Morning. And we know that you are glued to your television set for this particular conversation. We want you to send in your comments to us. Of course, we do appreciate that because we want to get as interactive as possible. Our guest for today is one man that we have seen on our screens for the longest. We've admired him so many times because he plays different roles on television. He is into movie, he is into theater, he's a versatile actor. I won't bore you with too much. Take a look at his profile video.
Now, will you be so kind as to tell us your full name?
Moro Judas.
Are you certain that that is your name in full?
Moro Judas is my name.
Where were you on the evening of May the 11th, 1996? Answer me! Where were you on the evening of May the 11th, 1996?
Nowhere.
Do you know Oscar?
Fred Amugi, a veteran Ghanaian actor, was born in Teshin, Accra on 5th November 1948. He attended Brooks Basic and Junior High School. He then attended Takrade Senior High School and Nungwa Senior High School. He joined the civil service for 33 years and served as acting director of supply in Ghana's Ministry of Finance. Amugi began his acting career in 1970 in drama and documentaries until 1985 when he starred in his first movie, Opinto. The television series brought him into the limelight. Amugi has appeared in numerous movie roles, including local Ghanaian movies, Shushan Boy in 2013, Nyamebetre 1 and 2 in 2015, Minua Pani 2016, Housekeepers 2016, among others.
My name is Kunle, and I happen to be the leader of the group. Would you mind giving us a tour of the house, ma'am?
Sure. Please, come this way.
His first international role came in 2005 when he played the character Kwame Atakra in the BBC drama Holby City. He later starred in Netflix's 2015 movie Beast of No Nation as Pastor. Amugi played the character Pastor Uchebu in the 2015 British award-winning movie The Cursed Ones.
This girl is possessed by the devil!
He has over 100 films to his credit, and we celebrate him today on The Big Interview.
Of course, we celebrate Fred Ni Abugi on The Big Interview today, and he's our guest. He's not here yet. He's pardoned, because this man is not a young man. And so the time that we can wake up, he will have to take a bit of a rest. And he's stuck in traffic. So he's on his way. He will definitely join us. But he's joining us via phone, which still makes it good because we start the conversation and then he can join us in studio as we continue with that. Good morning, Uncle Fred. Hello, Uncle Fred. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Uncle Fred. Can you hear me? So we are still trying to get in touch with him for us to get to know more about this man that we've admired for so many years. Some of us always wanted to be on TV, and so we admired him. We always watched him. We loved his style, how he acts. And you know what? Some of you probably never knew that this man has had 3 international movies. From a movie for BBC, that's the Holby City, for those of you who love Holby City. If you're a UK person, you know Holby City. And for Beast of No Nation, he was in there as well. And The Cursed One, an international movie, another British movie, he was in there as well. So if he's that good, then it means that he ought to be celebrated. And that is why we are celebrating him today. We'll still try to reach out to him. But you can send in your messages to us. What do you love about the man, Fred Amugi? 2 years ago, he actually did say that his wish was to be on a billboard. After so many years serving the nation on our screens, he had never been on a billboard. His dream came true, and he finally was on a billboard. And this was made possible by Caveman Watches. And I think he's done other billboards for other companies as well. So now he is on other billboards, not just on one billboard, but so many billboards out there. They say dreams do come true no matter your age. So don't stop dreaming, keep dreaming. We'll try and reach out to him and have a conversation with him. Let's take a look again at his profile video for you to understand the man we are celebrating today. Look at his profile video again so that we understand who we are celebrating very well. But want you to send in your messages to us. Let's get very interactive. Let's get to talk. Okay, now he's back online. So, hello, Uncle Fred. Hello, Uncle Fred.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm doing amazing.
Yeah.
We know you're on your way here. You are stuck in traffic a little bit. We understand.
I've been in traffic for more than 2 hours.
Oh, no.
I'm so frustrated.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. But we know you are very close, right?
Sorry.
Can you hear us? We know
Yes,
you are
I can hear
you are very close to this place, so you make it to the studios very soon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I am at the police depot now.
Okay, then you'll be here very, very soon. We are celebrating you today, and of course, we've seen you on TV, we've seen you on stage, but we don't know who you really, really are. So probably today you tell us every nitty-gritty we need to know about you. You hardly grant personal interviews. I wonder why. Why is that so?
You did what?
You hardly grant personal interviews. Why is that so?
Why? What so? I didn't get it.
You're struggling to hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying that when it comes to personality interviews, you hardly grant them. And I wonder why you hardly grant them.
When it comes to what?
Okay, let me change the conversation. Let's go into another conversation.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about your being on a billboard. You were trending, yeah, because you made a plea that you had never been on a billboard. Let's talk about how all of that happened.
No, I was on a billboard when I was younger.
Okay.
But when I clocked 74 last year, I just told corporate Ghana that once I'm alive and I can still work, they ought to use me rather than waiting for me to, shut my eyes, shut my mouth, and then people will start writing things up about me saying he was, and that I wanted things I can work. They should use me before if anything, I die. And that brought me up to the billboards again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it happened.
Oh, that's great. Fred,
Yeah.
Tell us more about yourself. How did you get into the movie space?
Well, it was in 1969 when my literature master decided we would do a play called Antigone. And he gave me a role. The character name was Hymen. And I think he thought I did well. So he invited me to his drama group then, where I met in those days, the gurus of the theater. And that is where it all started. So it all started in 1969. And I went into a lot of stage plays long before I got before the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then you started developing love for the screen. Because
Yes.
for somebody who was on stage, we know that stage and screen is completely different.
Yes. But you see, when you start from the stage, you get more experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then facing cameras become child's play. I say this because when you must go on the stage, all you know is you are performing before a live audience, and it dare not go wrong. You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
So it made you learn, memorize, and then deliver well. But standing before the cameras, I can go wrong 10 times, and the director will restart and will reshoot and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So beginning from the stage gives you the confidence, the everything that goes with acting. You get it
From
better
the stage.
when you
Right.
start from the stage.
That's rightly said. Now let's talk a little bit about family. You said you started acting as a young man, 1969, Antigone. I know the play Antigone.
Yes. I was then in secondary school, Form 4.
Wow.
Yeah, in those days.
Wow. Tell us
Yeah.
a bit about family. I mean, growing up, how was it like?
Well, immediately I finished Form 5. Within 3-4 months, my daddy passed on.
Oh, sorry.
So my intention to enter sixth form did not materialize because I have 8 other siblings, and I'm the third born, meaning I have 6 more behind me. And I had to find work, and then make sure they also had the education they needed because daddy was not there. So my family had supported me all these. Well, I mean, my immediate and past families. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both my mom, dad, siblings, and then my own for me or making my own family. So that is how.
So will you say?
Yeah, my daddy saw me briefly before he died in a play. He came to the art center to watch me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As a young man, what were your dreams and aspirations? Did you think you go into acting?
Well, I had inspiration from the late Reverend Kofi Renchi, who actually brought me up in the game of acting. He plus my little chairman, Mr. Nick Tay, they have inspired me a lot, told me I can make it, and truly I've lived up to their word that I can make it. And even younger generations after me have also inspired me. Talk of Pusha, Ajitiana, I always tell him, even though, I'm far older than him, I started the game before he did, I still, take inspiration from him because he's good. He listens, he has humility, he has all that it takes to be a good actor. And these are people who I look at and I get very inspired. Yes.
So when you were growing up, you didn't dream that you wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor?
Can you imagine? I decided to go to the army.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My daddy was the army. Well, I have a few classmates who are there, but no, the army would not be good for you. And maybe he's been right at the time not allowing me to go to the army. Yeah, but here I am. I was a civil servant, but was doing the acting, alongside it. And here I am now,
Right, being
So,
celebrated.
yeah.
Uncle Fred, some of your colleagues that you started acting career with say that acting was not paying back then. Was that the same for you?
Yes. And we, the so-called beginners of of these things. We were doing it for the passion of it. You know, I love it anytime, you know, somebody is happy because, you know, I have entertained him on the screen or on the stage. And that alone is very satisfying, knowing that you know how to do this and people appreciate it. You make people happy. That is it.
So you were not charging at times, you say?
Not that I wasn't charging, but it was like, I'll give you this, and I say, okay, and that was it. It wasn't like there was any bargaining.
Oh, really? So
yes.
If you take your
Ghana
mind back...
parents will tell you, we are paying you 20 Ghana cedis. Who are you?
I see.
You understand it? Yeah. And people were paying like, you know, 80 cedis, 100 cedis for even lead roles. In those days, what was that money for? But for the love of the arts, we held on, you know. And today, it's been so in life. Look at our footballers. We've had very good players, but were they traveling abroad to you know, showcase their talents? No. They didn't get such chances. But now, 15-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 17-year-olds, you know, everybody is rushing to Europe to, you know, trade in football. That is how it has been with us.
Uncle Fred,
yeah?
Let me take your mind back a bit, if you can remember. What is the lowest amount you've been paid as an actor?
As an actor?
Yes.
20 cities, GBC, for radio theater.
20 Ghana cedis?
Yeah, not even radio theater. You know, in those days, what they did was they were being shot live. It wasn't like this that, you know, we record and then all the white shown later. We went to the studio and we did it live. And you are finished. And DVC says something finished.
Wow.
That's what they pay.
Do you remember the year?
That was in the 1970s and the 1980s.
Oh, then someone will say that money was good enough at that time, right?
Sorry.
Was that amount not good at that time?
Well, if at that time, dinner, you know, check were being sold for 16 cities and we have paid 20 cities. It means you need to perform 3, 4, 5 times before you could take a very good dinner shirt, you know. Oh,
so it couldn't buy a shirt?
Yes, with what you got at the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
but we kept making the...
Wow. I mean, definitely it's for the love of it. Let's talk about your international, you know, appearance in these movies. Let's first talk about Holby City, a BBC production. How did you get in there? Hello, Uncle Fred. Hello. All right, so we'll try and reach Uncle Fred. We want to know more about, you know, how he got into the international scene. Because everybody in Ghana, once you start acting, your dream is to be on the international market. And so we want to know if there's any trick that you can pick up today so that you can also be in the international scene. We are getting it today. And he's actually been through a lot, I must say. He's saying that he was paid 20 cedis. If you think about it today, you think it's a lot of money. But from what he's saying, he couldn't buy even a shirt at that time. You need about 3 or 4 of that to be able to purchase a shirt. And so they did it for the love. And one thing that actually struck me was when he said that he couldn't go to sixth form because he lost his father just before then. Wow. but he still went on, and he is who he is today. He's back on the line. Hello, Uncle Fred.
Hello, yeah.
Yes. So we're talking about how you got into the international market. Holby City, a BBC production. How did it all
I
happen?
give all the thanks to God. This came up through the late Kofi Richi when I got into the first international, performance, African Timber, and the German director. I was to play just 2 scenes, but after playing my first scene, he said he wouldn't waste my talent, a talent like me. So he spread more things for me, and that was the beginning of being noticed very well.
Wow.
Hello.
Yeah, we
You
can hear
me.
you. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
So that is how I got into it through the late Reverend Kofi Renchi.
Wow. And then,
he was my inspirer, he was my director, he was my producer, everything.
There are people that we meet that are always our angels on earth.
Yeah.
And then came Beast of No Nation. Walk us through how you got that role as well.
Well, there was an audition, and I was at the audition.
Okay.
And you wouldn't believe, a white American auditioned me. And he told me that he wanted me, I played a pastor. He wanted me to preach, in Akan. I told him, when we talk of Akan, we have Fanti, we have Equiapim, we have Asante Tree, and, the rest. And he chose that I preached in Equiapim after I have auditioned in Asante Tree, Equiapim Tree, and Fanti. He decided he felt something in the Equiapim thing. So that's how it happened, So I want people to think, you are so good, so you don't need audition. I tell myself, who says Hollywood has stopped auditioning? You see, because the thing is, a character is brought up in a story, and about 3-4 people can play such characters very well. But amongst the lot, when there's an audition, there's one or there are 2 or 3 people who can play it to the letter better than the others, even though the others can also do it. So auditioning doesn't really mean a talent is wanted, but just to put you in a place where they will feel comfortable you playing a certain character.
Right.
Yeah. So in fact, I will tell my molding actors, anytime you hear of audition, don't think yourself above audition. There's nothing like you are better than anybody. But any director, any producer who does auditioning wants, you to fit in a particular position that he prefer you play. And that is why we must attend auditions. Yes.
That's nice. I mean, that's well said. But let me ask you this. They always say that the international production is very different from our local production. Can you tell us how different it is?
Sure. Can you imagine if I must get on set at 10 a.m. By 6:30, I have been prepared. I'll sit in an air-conditioned bath with my costume. If I'll play 3-4 scenes, all the costumes for the different scenes have been arranged in the bath with my name and the scene numbers against the costumes. and you will be encouraged to continue reading your script so that your delivery will be very prompt and easy. So by the time they come to say, now come and face the camera, you are so well versed in what you're going to do. It's unlike our own. Many director things you are okay. They leave you to do your own thing. And I have never liked any director who says, Uncle Fred, that's for you. I know you can do it. It means you are running away from your own duty, because that is why you are called a director.
Yep.
Tell me what you want from me, but don't leave me to do what I think is right. And that has been my bane with some of the directors, actually. Yeah.
Do you have some particular directors that you don't want to work with again?
That I like to work with.
That you don't want to work with again? Probably from some past experience.
Let me put that in my back pocket. I beg of you.
But do you ever turn down scripts?
Sorry?
Do you ever turn down scripts?
Have I ever turned down? Oh, yes.
You do?
You see, good actors can turn a bad script into a good film. But when the director or some of the players in it, do not compromise, or they rather compromise their positions as, I am this, I don't need to do this before that. Nothing good will come out of that. But if a director understands you say, director, this story is this, so do something little here or there. Fine. But if you talk and you don't see any change from the director, you forget him. Yeah. And some, they have just put down the story. And you must come up with the dialogue. And yet they will not want to pay you for doing the translation from the story to the dialogue. Yeah, because many scripts have the dialogues already. But if you want me, to do the dialogue myself, it means I'm part of the writing. You get me? And many will not understand.
What exactly will make you, Uncle Fred, what exactly will make you turn down a script? There are people who will say, oh, I don't want to do, I don't want to play a certain role.
No, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I keep telling the up and coming. There's no small role, there's no big role. No director will give a 3-minute characterization to a very good actor for nothing. It can be just one word, 2 lines in the whole film. But those lines are so important to the story that if they are not delivered well, with the relevant emotions attached to the words, then if it is not played at all, the better. You get it?
Right.
So, yeah. So if you would not let me, if you are not making me play the lead role, then forget me. It's not my portion.
But will you ever?
There's no role that is small.
It's not even about that, but it's about.
Can do it well,
right?
Because let me tell you this: people are seen in a film from the word go till the end of the film. But at the end of after watching the film, people keep asking, so what was that lady or that man doing in the film? It was everywhere, she was everywhere.
Yeah.
But yet I don't seem to understand his or her role. And if people talk about you like this, then you're on the verge of coming down. But you can come and not even say a word. and it will be the topic of the town.
Right.
Oh, do you remember when Wache came in?
Mm-hmm.
The way he eyed the doctor said a lot.
Said a lot.
When people
But Uncle
talk
Fred,
this about you,
Uncle Fred,
then
I
you are
want to
there.
know.
Yeah.
So this is what I really want to know. There are certain roles, like I was saying, maybe a role of that has adult scene or kissing scene or certain scenes that because of your values, you say you are turning down these roles. Are there any roles as such?
Let me tell you certain roles I have played before.
Okay.
I have played what we call latrine man.
Okay.
I was carrying, excuse my language, I was carrying shit in the film. And some of my friends were like, Fred, why? Why did you stoop so low? So the question came up from Reverend Dr. Chris Hesse, one time, head of Ghana Films, that whose, child should play the role. Somebody must play. Somebody must play. So what are we talking? So I have played, every kind of role. I have played a bushman, I have played an armed robber, I have played a police officer, an army officer. The thing is, when you must play, known professions, you need to get somebody or some people from that profession. Talk to them. Let them advise you. No, a policeman cannot say this. There's no way a medical officer will say this to a patient or his or her colleague, medical officer. But there must be a reason why such lines are written. If you get to know it, you perform better. Yeah, so it's always better to, ask a profession that you've been characterized to play, whether these or those things are relevant to the profession. That's why somebody who play a medical officer say, if I didn't know him, I would think he's a medical officer.
Because of how he played it.
That person has done his or her, work well. And that is why you see him, shine like that amongst his peers. So that's how it goes.
Uncle Fred, with all the experience that you have, are you a very expensive actor for one to hire?
Me?
Yes, you.
I will leave that to my manager now. When I didn't have a manager, frankly, when I didn't have a manager, anything went. Tell me, Uncle Fred, my budget is this and that. I can give you 200, I can give you 300. And I'll travel from here to the central region, to the western region, to the, what have you, just for 200 cities, 300 cities. Even fueling my car. How much? But now my manager would tell you, look, Fred Amugi has paid his dues. So if you want him, do something better for him.
Is it important for every actor or artist to have a manager?
Yes, I've been with my manager for I think 6 years now.
Okay.
And I have never regretted having a manager.
Why so?
Yes. And almost all the actors and actresses who have managers, they will tell you, yes, it's always good to have a manager.
Why so? What do they do that is different from you doing it on your own?
They do all the talking,
So now you make more money?
If it's not good, they will come back to tell you, this transaction it's not good.
Okay.
Don't get involved.
Okay. So now would you say that you are making more money because you have a manager?
Oh, yes.
Right.
That one, I would take it from him.
Wow. I think everybody needs a manager in their life.
Oh, yes.
Uncle Fred, I wish I could speak to you the whole day. It's quite interesting, I must say. One of these days, I think that we'll have to maybe wake you up slightly earlier than your usual wake up time so you can make it here on time.
Sorry,
Can you hear me?
what did you say?
I was saying that one of these days we'll try and wake you up ourselves very early. So you set off maybe around 5 a.m. and traffic will not stop you from being in the studio.
That is why I asked the lady if Wednesdays are the only days.
Oh, so you want to come another day? Okay, maybe I'll speak with Brenda behind the scene and see if we can get another day.
A week today is booked already.
Let's see what we can do. Don't worry. We can do magic. We can do magic.
I'll be glad to be in the studios.
Yes, we'll do magic and get you to the studio. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have learnt a lot. We are very grateful.
My pleasure.
And
Thank
we
you so
celebrate
much.
you today.
I've had some relief at least that partially I've been able to be with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Let's get another day and see.
We will do that. Thank you so much for joining us.
I think I'll wake up at 4:30, walk down and leave home and come and sit at,
At our studio, yes.
till the workers come.
Yes. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much. You have a more fantastic day.
Thank you so much. So our guest for the big interview has been Fredney Amugi. It was a beautiful conversation. Listen, whether he was here or not, I've enjoyed this conversation and I've learned so much. It's time for us to go to our next conversation, who is also stuck in traffic, and it's all about a comedy show coming up. And he's joining us online, General Intasia. Good morning. Is he online? Okay, so we are trying to get him, and then we talk about a comedy show that's coming up. Now, I love comedy. Yeah, I mean, everything comedy. I eat, breathe, and love comedy. Because you know what? It takes away your stress. So if you're stressed, all you need is some comedy, and all the toxins comes out of your system. So when we talk comedy, I get excited about it. I have a lot of comedian friends. I have DKB. KMJ is my #1 comedian friend. And if you didn't know, I'm telling you today that KMJ is a professional comedian. And he's decided to actually put it on the side and come do this. But he does it very well for us because every morning when we start the show, he gives us some bit of comedy, makes us laugh, get us energized for the show. So that's who KMJ is. That's what he does, and he does it so well. And I have other comedian friends as well that I love from the bottom of my heart. And of course, we are going to be talking to General Intatia, who is coming up with an event. And it's a comedy event. Some of us will definitely take a front row to have, a bit of a laugh because the year has been so stressful. So why do you want to carry the stress into 2024? You don't need all of that. You know what I mean? You need to laugh it all out, and go into 2024 relieved, happy, excited. And let's see if we've gotten General Intatia on the line yet. So the traffic is really bad. I don't know what's happening. Probably there's a car broken down on the way or something because I hear there's some mad traffic on the Tantra Road. Yeah, is it Tesano Road or something? It's Tesano, yeah, the Tesano Road. The stretch, there's mad traffic there. So if you are, coming towards Car Price or Circle, if you can avoid that road, please try as much as possible to avoid the road. Now, yesterday, Big Chef Cooking Competition had an audition, and you should see the number of people that trooped in for the audition. Hey, everybody wants their child to become a celebrity. I'm like, yo! But you see these children, how they were plating their meals to show to the judges. I mean, just wow. My mouth is watering already. Just take a look at that. And our judges, of course, they do it so well. They were judging the children, and that's how the selection process was. Yesterday, we auditioned our children who will be competing for this season of a Big Chef. There's not the tertiary. This is the children one. So that's it. All right. So let me go on the line and have a conversation with General Intatia. Hello. General Intatia, kindly unmute yourself for us.
Yes, I have unmuted myself.
Thank you so much. How are you?
My sweetheart, I'm good, my darling. I wanted to come and see you today, but almighty traffic has taken over.
I can tell.
For the past almost 3 hours, I've been in traffic.
Oh, sorry.
From Amasama to your end, and it's bad. It's really,
Sorry.
really, really
So
bad.
sorry about that. Tell us about your program because the time is almost fast spent. So let's quickly talk about your program.
Yes, okay, sure. Quick one. So, Cost 90 is a stage play, a very beautiful psychological thriller that is going to happen at the National Theatre come this Saturday. It's a beautiful piece. It's a play that we also want to use the opportunity to touch on mental health. A lot is going on in our country. People are hanging themselves and want to use the opportunity to, advocate for people to know about mental health. That when you are there and you go through situations and you feel it is different from your normal way of thinking and all that, find a professional and then talk to so they can help you.
Fantastic. So what day is it? What day is
Please,
it?
a question again.
The day for the event.
Breaking.
The day for the event.
So the event is happening on the 25th.
Okay.
Yes, it's happening on 25th of this month, just this Saturday.
Okay.
At the National Theatre of Ghana.
And it's at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So you have 2 shows.
We have 2 shows on the night.
And where can we get tickets?
Okay, so if you want to get tickets, we've made it very easy for you. Just dial *447 *1096 hash *447 *1096 hash across all network, so you can purchase your tickets.
Thank you so much, General Ntatia. Some of us will be there.
On the day also, you can get at the gate.
Okay.
As well.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much, Joy Prime. Thank you so much. Every time you always have time for us, and we are grateful.
You're welcome. That's what we do. We love the theater. Anyway, thank you so much for watching Prime Morning today. This is all we have to offer you, but don't tune out because we have a lot on our station for you that will keep you educated, informed, and entertained. My name is Roslyn Felly.